my beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today what we're going to be doing is a little bit of a lip swatching for the Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks. This little kit comes with 8 different shades. There's 7 already existing in her line and 1 new one called Madrid. There's 0.10 ounces in each lipstick, and I absolutely adore this kit. I feel like it's such a great variety of colors. There's like 3 or 4 really neutral light shades, then there's a few darker ones. There's even like a black for Halloween time, and I absolutely adore this kit overall. It's just a great, combination of colors for the fall. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so what I have on my lips is actually the lightest shade in the pack, and it's actually one of my favorites. It's actually one of my favorite overall nudes, and this is the shade Ludwig, and this is what I have on my lips today. It is a little bit maybe darker on the lips swatched. Let me go ahead and swatch on my arm as well. Let's see where it's gonna like show the most. It's a really beautiful, really nice nude, and I feel like it would go really well with different skin tones as well, and it is one of my favorites in this whole set. I actually do think that Kat Von D's like liquid lipstick formula over the past year and a half has definitely improved, because it's not as drying as I remember it to be in the very beginning. So that's always a great thing. And so let's go ahead and jump into the second shade. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get closer a little bit, take Ludwig off my lips, and then we can go ahead and swatch some other ones. Alright, so for the second shade, this is the shade Lovecraft, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it on my lips. I actually didn't mention, but I am using the Clinique makeup remover to, remove these from my lips. And so let's go ahead and apply Lovecraft on my lips. It's a really nice pink of a shade. Alright, and so here is Lovecraft on my lips. It's a very typical pink, maybe a little bit more on the warmer side than the cooler side. And let me go ahead and swatch on my arm as well. And they are very creamy of a formula. I do really enjoy this formula, and overall I feel like they're all a great selection of shades in this whole collection. Alright, so now I'm gonna take Lovecraft off, and then we can continue moving on to the little deeper shades, and I will mention which ones are my favorite and which ones aren't. Alright, so the next one I'm going to swatch for you guys is this shade called Hawkwind, and this is another maybe like a warmer tone but deeper, light. I don't even know how to describe this color. It's like a light brownish maybe shade compared to all the other colors that are in here. And let me go ahead and swatch it first. It's also like a very almost like a dark coffee chocolate brick of a shade. And let me go ahead and apply it on my lips. And these do apply really easily and very smoothly. Alright, so here is Hawkwind on the lips. I feel like it's a beautiful kind of chocolate brick shade, especially now for the fall time. It looks stunning. It wasn't patchy whatsoever, and I do really actually enjoy this color. So the next shade I'm going to swatch for you guys is the shade called Sanctuary, and this is definitely more of like a cool toned, coffee chocolate shade. And so it's not one of my favorites because it is a little bit too cool toned for me, for my taste, especially now with my blonde hair. But let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like on the lips. So as you guys can see, it does have a little bit more of like that gray tone in it. And for me, I do like warmer shades of brown and, kind of nude and chocolate. And so this is a little bit too cool toned for me. So it's not one of my favorite shades, but the formula is identical to the other 3 that I have swatched. Alright, so we have 4 shades left to swatch. The next one is definitely one of my other favorites, and it's called Madrid. It's a very nice toned down, mauvey, wine of a shade, and I really do enjoy this one. It's definitely not as cool toned as Sanctuary, so it does have a little bit of warm tones in it. Now let me go ahead and apply it. Alright, so this is what Madrid looks like swatched on the lips. It's a very rich, deep, kind of more of like a wine mauve shade, and this is the shade that's new in her collection called Madrid, and I love it. It's definitely one of my favorites. So now we have 3 remaining colors. These are definitely the darkest one in her whole kit, and I'm gonna start off with the reddish toned dark, and this is Exorcism. This is the darkest like red toned in this whole collection. This is what it looks like. It's a very nice, definitely wine, deep wine color. I really do enjoy this one as well. The only thing I have to say about the red and the darkest shade is, or the burgundy I should say, is the fact that it does stain your lips a little bit, but either way, let's go ahead and swatch. Very creamy. They apply really easily on the lips. Alright, and so this is Exorcism. It's definitely more of a deeper wine shade. I really do enjoy this color as well, except the only negative, like I said, that it does stain your lips a little bit after you've had it on for a long time, but they do last a really long time. And another thing I also wanted to point out is with these 3 darker last shades, after a while they are completely matte formula. They do last a very long time, but after a few hours, what I've noticed is the darker shades will kind of come off on the little inner rim of your lip. So what my trick usually is to, right after you apply like a matte liquid lip, is to take a little bit of balm and kind of just tap it on the inside of your inner like lip, and that kind of prevents it from actually wearing down on the inner rim as much. Alright, so I don't know if you guys are able to tell, but it did stain my lips quite a bit just taking it off, and I did kind of pat a little bit of foundation over it just to kind of tone down the redness. But the next shade is actually called Damned, and this is the second darkest. This is actually more on the even darker kind of, it has that wine undertone, but it's definitely much more intense and dark, and if you build it up, it almost looks black in my opinion. And so let's go ahead and see what it looks like on the lips. As you guys can see, it's like so deep dark plum berry wine that it almost looks black. And this is, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell on camera, a little bit on, I want to say, the patchier side, even though I do definitely think you can definitely go in with the second layer and kind of build it up, but that also makes the color a little bit darker. But if you are into the whole like super dark vampy colors of lipsticks, I do really think you're going to enjoy this one. You can definitely build it up to get that full opacity, and I think it is really beautiful, even though it isn't one of my favorite shades that I would actually, you know, like reach out and grab for. Alright you guys, so we definitely made it to the last liquid lipstick. My lips aren't even that badly like dried up or, you know, hurting or anything, because I feel like I'm using the Clinique makeup remover, because it has that like more of like an oilier base, so it gives your lips a little bit of moisture, and I absolutely do like it. And as you guys can see, this one, so the last shade I used, Damned, is not as lip staining as Exorcism. So the red one, the red toned one, is definitely a little bit more staining. But now we're actually at the last and darkest shade. This is called Witches, and it's an actual true black let me go ahead and swatch for you guys. And this is actually one of the least patchiest like blacks I've ever used. I definitely do think you can build it up, but it's definitely a very pigmented black. So let me show you guys with like 1 or 2 swatches. See how like opaque that is? It's a beautiful, beautiful black. It's a really opaque, very nice and creamy black formula. And you can definitely go over it one more time to get even a darker lip. I feel like this is great for now Halloween if you want to do some makeup. And I feel like you could use this as eyeliner if you're doing like some crazy, you know, designs for Halloween. I am really excited. This is the last shade called Witched. And so those are the 8 wonderful Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. I feel like this kit overall is a great value. My favorites would have to be Ludwig, Madrid. I do really like the shade Exorcism, and I do enjoy Hawkwind. These would be my favorite 4 top shades out of this whole bunch. My favorite 2 top would probably have to be Hawkwind and Ludwig. Then my 3rd one would have to be Madrid, and then last Exorcism. But those are my favorites. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm actually super excited for Halloween. I was going to ask you guys, do you guys want to see any kind of tutorials like with face makeup of different, you know, ideas for the actual Halloween? If you guys want to, do let me know. For those of you who have me added on Instagram, you guys know that I used to do, for last Halloween, I did all kinds of, you know, clown faces. I did a simple, you know, like a Harley Quinn face makeup tutorial. So if you guys have any requests, let me know in the comments below, because I'd be more than happy to do them for you guys. And so that'd be it for today. Halloween is what, like 3 weeks away. I'm super excited. And let me know if you guys want any tutorials for fun face makeup or whatnot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I will see you guys in my next video. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.